Alright, hello there. I'm Puppo1, and yes, a mistake was made. Well, not really a mistake, it's just that the app wasn't damn working, and the video got deleted for the double team divisions ranking match. But it's no consequence. You could guess who won, because as you know, I always make sure I screenshot every match after it's done. For I can always go back and know who won, and also for in case mistakes happen or the videos get lost. So the video wasn't able to be shown, but it was a very quick one-sided affair, and you can guess right quick which team won, as there will be spoilers in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's see who won. And the winner was Steve Williams and Terry Gorey, who won in 4 minutes and 23 seconds, which I believe was a pinfall. And they beat the team of MK and Yo. And basically, it was a one-sided affair from start to finish. And, they basically dominate to retain their third rank position for them, which will allow them to be in the next No One Contenders match, and they will be facing the losers of the title match that's coming up at pay-per-view number 8. Yeah, so that's what's basically going on. The only real mistake that was done by me was during the 5th spot chance for the double team division. And what I mean by that, none of the videos or matches were messed up by me, but after the first 3 matches happened, we had a 3-way tie where everybody having a win and a loss. I wanted to improve Panic because he was struggling in the matches, and upon improving Panic, I accidentally deleted the other 6 characters for slot number 2. And the way I deleted them is by when I saved slot number 2 the wrong way, it erased those 6 characters. Normally this is not a problem because there's also the audio save that's a backup for me, but audio save wasn't working at all, it was malfunctioning, so I couldn't really rely on that. So I ended up having to make all 6 characters again. Luckily for me, 3 of the characters are actually on the boxing league, because 3 of the characters are boxers for slot number 2, so we was able to not have to do nothing with them, because I went on to slot 7 and I looked at these 3 characters that were boxers, and guess what? The AI settings for all 3 of them turned out to be the same way I got them saved with the screenshots on slot number 7. So I basically got the 3 boxers back on here instantly, but the other 3 characters are those 3 that you saw in that No One Contenders match back at show 8B for the faction of 3 No One Contenders match. So those were the 3 characters, Mitch, the Russian, Dave Monster, and Crazy Fred. But all that is all done with. That was well over 5 days ago, almost a week ago now. So all that's behind us now and stuff like that. So I was able to recreate those guys recently and stuff like that. But the thing that pissed me off the most was that the audio save stuff started working again. But by then it was long gone, because I had already saved the game 5 or 6. Well, probably well over a dozen times. Not even 5 or 6. Probably well over a dozen times. So those old audio saves were no longer be able to be found anyway. So, no harm done. And I'll probably improve even better upon those 3 characters with this temporary problem happening. So yeah, those were the mistakes that were made by me. And yes, coming up next will be the 5th spot chance for the PW division. Yeah. Only other thing I want to say is that Andre the Giant and Tiger Mask, the very first match they had, which was against Johnny Ace and Mike B, and or I should say Mike Barton. They that match was not the best match in the world, but it shows you that Andre the Giant Tiger Mask are capable of making amazing comebacks. Throughout the whole entire match, Andre the Giant, which is a super heavyweight, and like when you go for a type of throw or slam on him, only ones that you're capable of do is that scoop slam and that death flip scoop slam and that belly to back suplex death flip slam, and like Ace and Mike B was able to do that at will from the start of the match. They have no trouble getting Andre the Giant in the air at all during the match. I think he only was able to like stuff like 2 or 3 attempts to slam him throughout the whole entirety of this. You know, and that's probably the reason why they were dominated for over 7 minutes. Also, Tiger Mask wasn't really no help either. He had a couple of counters here and there, but like they were both getting their ass kicked for over 7 minutes and still managed to pull off the comeback. And it was an amazing comeback because they actually used tag team moves to make the comeback. They did 2 in a row double team vertical suplexes on Johnny Ace, and after the second one, Andre the Giant followed up with a bonsai drop, then pinned Ace for the 3 count, which was just sheer madness because they wasn't gonna win a time decision because I already told you they got destroyed for over 7 minutes, you know, so they wasn't gonna win a time decision. And guess what? They won in 9 minutes and 40 seconds, and the match was only supposed to go for 10 minutes. So they won it with only 20 seconds left after being destroyed for over 7 minutes. Crazy. Amazing comeback. It wasn't the best match ever, but it was one of the greatest comebacks I've seen in AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 that I've seen in a long time. Probably the best one you ever seen for double team division, as I know from recent memory. You know, there probably are ones that were better than that, but like to be destroyed for almost the whole entirety of the match, you know, more than half of the match, almost 3/4 of the match, he was destroyed, and then in the final 2.5 minutes of the match, you were able to start making a comeback and win with just 20 seconds left. Just sheer amazing, you know. That was probably the only thing amazing about it. Anyway, like I said earlier, the PW Division's Fifth Spot Chance will be what's coming up next. I'll probably do that sometime later on. Other than that, I wanted to tell you about this real quick. You know, talk about this guy's channel real quick. His name is Becca Saint, and he used GTA 5 to create pro wrestling moves. So there's a glitch in GTA 5's director's mode that allows you to do pro wrestling moves. So basically, if you're going against the NPC, and like if the NPC is lower or higher than you, you want to jump towards them as they're getting ready to perform a punch. So you're basically countering their punch by jumping towards them as they're getting ready to go for it, to do Red Dog physics that creates pro wrestling moves. Also, you can also do high flying moves, and those work by you pressing the jump button, and while you're in mid-air, you'll press the I believe he says, I think it's only one of the buttons to press, the striking button, and you can contort your body in different ways to perform various high flying moves and stuff like that. But he has 2 tutorials. He has a tutorial that's over 10 minutes telling you all you need to know about doing high flying moves, and then he has a over 20-minute tutorial that tells you how to do the different type of pro wrestling moves with a brief summary on how to do the high flying moves, because he has a over 10-minute tutorial that's just dedicated to high flying moves. and stuff like that. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at a couple of the moves that he's able to do on there. So if you want to learn more about it, just go on his channel and you can look at the tutorials. Also, his videos are good as shit, you know. These are from the most recent videos that I've been watching on there, these moves. This is a sunset flip DDT. Now this is, they're falling off the roof, and look at that. Doom, unconscious, you know. But didn't do herself no favors by landing on her goddamn back with him though. But probably broke his damn neck though. He's dead and she's just fucking hurt. But he's dead more than likely. Probably broken neck, fractured skull. His skull's caved in from the impact. But she's not, you know, what's the name, doing too well either, because I think he lands on top of her, right? Because his legs look like they're finna be falling over her as they get ready to hit the canvas. But still, he's more likely dead compared to her, who's probably just got the wind knocked out of her and probably had like a broken bone or two from the fall. This time, a little bit better. This is a sunset flip neck breaker, and yes, you can guess it. As they're coming down like this, it's not a regular neck breaker, it's a neck breaker over the goddamn knee, so the back of his head and his neck comes crashing down her knee. Now this time around, she probably injured her legs, but in the process, snapped his neck and killed him. So this time, she's not as injured as him. Probably ain't gonna be able to walk correctly for a while and probably have to, you know, do some rehab, but more likely he is paralyzed for the rest of his life or he's dead, you know. Now this is called Snipe Buster, and this is just a cool looking slam. Look at that. That's just great. Like right there, they're still in mid-air. You know, he was standing right here, and then that's them in mid-air, and that's the impact on the ground. Right here, he's getting ready to throw a punch at her, which makes her do a pop-up into the air and comes down with the elbow smash on the side of the head. Now, he'll also explain the tutorial that this is the best character, her right here, for doing this stuff with, because she has the best chance of having her moves be variety and stuff like that and unique. So that's why he uses this particular character for doing stuff. Moving on, you have this top suplex, and yes, this is not a fall away throw, a fall away slam I should say. Tossing him sideways to send him to do a goddamn cartwheel while you're in midair. Right here, she got a hold of him. Right here, she's throwing his ass sideways. He falls down painfully. I should have had the moment he hit the canvas as well, but who knows? I mean, or hit the ground. I say canvas because, you know, pro wrestling and shit like that, but like, that ain't gonna look pretty. But this one is even worse, and I got the moment of impact when he hits the ground. This is called Kami no Kami suplex, and look at this. This is basically one of those side belly to back suplexes, and look at that. Finna have a broken neck already, but not only is his neck broken, but he gets folded in half upon impact on the ground. You can see his legs get ready to touch his damn face right there as he gets folded in half from this suplex. Oh, just great to watch, you know. That's the whole point of these. It's just fun to watch. And you can also see right here, he's getting ready to go for the punch as she jumps towards him, you know, which allows this to happen. Now this is actually pretty cool, and this is just like that move you just saw. You could probably see this happening on a video game as well, or in a movie or something. This is an arm bar that turns into what I believe a face crusher. Because look at this. jumps in the air, catches the arm, and brings him back down the hard way, face down. Look at that. And his head smashes into the ground and probably breaks his arm. I'm not sure if the arm gets broken right here, but it is an arm bar, so it could probably, after they landed back down on the ground, tie up his arm with her legs and, break it. But right here, probably even no need for that, because he comes face down and hits his skull and his forehead and everything on the freaking ground, so probably knocked him out. No need for the armbar. This right here is a pop-up power bomb, as you can see right there. In her back, you can see the NPC's hand. That's where the glitch comes into factor, and that's how, the Ragdoll physics connects them together to perform the Hurricanrana. As you can see right there, she's popped up in the air, get ready to come down. And the head does not need to be between the legs, because the Ragdoll physics automatically connects them, and whichever way your character is going, that's where it's going to propel the NPC to go during the Hurricanrana. Throws his ass off of this little hillside, and he turns in midair after connecting right there with the side of the structure or wherever. This next move is a C4 arm breaker. You can see the punch getting ready to be thrown, and right here they're doing the moonsault / backflip, but probably didn't have enough time in the air to do a full rotation, because right here she's worse off than him, because his arm comes crashing down over her neck and windpipe area and face, and the back of her head is just smashed into the freaking ground. His full upper body weight is coming over her head and face. Her neck and face, or whatever like that. So definitely hurt more than him. And then, you could say his hip and back and stuff like his hip and legs and stuff like that is probably hurt, or his ass and legs are hurt or whatever like that, and then his arm gets broken. But she's unconscious breaking his arm right here, if this is really happening and stuff like that. Unconsciously breaks his arm right there while she's unconscious, as to say. This is a erotic kunai. He does this a lot on his videos with this game, as well as that toss suplex you saw earlier. Different varieties of that. Usually the belly throw usually happens with the toss suplex, but basically you step off of one NPC, preferably on their shoulder, and while in mid-air you press the strike button to do the high flying move, and depending on when you press it, you'll contort your body and you'll go upside down and land into the next NPC's body or face and knocking them out. Now, this is one of my all-time favorites. My all-time favorite is a move that's coming up shortly, but this is an enziguri, and I just love the fact that the kick lands after the punch lands on her. So she get punched to the chest or body or wherever, or legs or something like that, and as she gets rocked by this, possibly even the face, but after taking the blow or the punch, she freaking is able to kick him in the side of the head with her boot. Looks like the temple was going into the side of his head or whatever like that. More likely the temple. Hit him in the side of the temple with the tip of her boot, knocking him unconscious. And because of the Ragdoll physics that I talked about earlier, they get pushed from here to all the way over there. And after the moment of impact, you see right here, he's still standing, but as this kick lands to the side of his head, he drops down to one knee, signaling that he's probably getting put unconscious. Next move is a corkscrew crossbody. So basically you jump in the air, and in order to do the 360 spin, you want to hit like the surface of like a wall or something like that. And like in this particular instance, it's a light pole, so some type of standing strong surface. You want to like collide with that, this unmoving surface I should say. And like that's what this light pole is, and she hits that and it's able to do the corkscrew in midair, beautiful twist in motion, and then lands on top of the NPC for the crossbody. Just flattens him. Now this is my favorite move. As I mentioned earlier about the erotic kunai that he likes to use, this is even more impressive than that, because look at that. The ability to know the twist in the air, because right here the NPC looked like he's going to start a punch, but he hasn't actually gone for it. And then right here, he's going for it as she twists through the air, you know, to perform the Hurricanrana. And then the ability to be like this, then to catch him right here with it, not because the ragdoll physics is going to connect them together, but this is as close to being perfect as you'll see with Hurricanrana using this glitch on this game, and propel him to fall forward and just throw him. And the reason that this is my favorite move I've seen through here is because look at the way he spikes him into the damn ground with the Hurricanrana, and then he finishes rolling down the rest of the way down the hillside. You know, this is just too damn good, man. This is just too damn good. These last 4 are just little screenshots of moves being performed, or 4 different moves being performed. This is a curve stomp that's basically happening. You jump off the roof while people are in the backyard doing yoga or pulling plants. I forget which one was going on back here. Basically gonna step on the back of his head or neck, jumping off the roof of the house. This one, the NPC is hopping over the fence, and as he dropped down from hopping over the fence, you dive at him while he's still in midair to catch him with the spear. This is right before they collide in the air. This next one, look at that kick on the face. Just like the freaking Insecurity, that looks too damn cool and too damn devastating. Man, it's just, that looks sick. How good that kick looks on his face and stuff like that. You see the one NPC who's falling down the stairs. Now, I'm not sure he was a part of the collision that ended up making this Claymore happen, or he could have possibly already been knocked down the stairs or whatever like that. I don't quite remember, but look at that kick. I believe this NPC right here in the yellow shirt, he was a part of this. And the one I was talking about earlier is the one you see fall down the stairs sideways in the brown shirt and the khaki pants or whatever. The one that's in the yellow shirt with the gray shorts or whatever like that. I should say khaki shorts or whatever like that. Anyway, but the one in the middle, he's definitely already unconscious, and he's gonna be falling down the stairs backwards. She's probably gonna end up hurt as well, but more than likely she might actually end up falling on top of him, listening to blow on the stairs. But after she falls on top of him, probably tumble the rest of the way down the stairs. But the initial fall into the stairs is probably gonna be stopped by his damn body, the guy in the suit who she's kicking in the face. But man, that just looks so damn cool right there. And then this last one is called the coup de grace. You know, Finn Balor, the double stump, Chris Dupree. And basically the NPC was knocked down and he's getting back up, and I'm guessing she jumped off from this boulder that's right behind her on top of his freaking back or head, and like had to be jumping from at least freaking 15 or 20 something feet in the air. Most likely he's dying from this. When she lands on top of him, most likely he'll die from this. And yeah, that's basically it. So you can go into his channel and you can either watch I would suggest watching his videos as well as the tutorial. He also has one of the best like little mini series that's like about a movie slash show that he created called it's called Rain in Heaven, and it's about using the glitch with the ragdoll physics. And like basically he had his character, the character he used to use all the time, her basically her sister had got beat up by thugs, and like that's like the backstory for it. And she took revenge using the ragdoll physics to like attack them and shit like that. It's pretty cool. It's called Rain in Heaven. But anyway, the other ones, because he's been doing this for well over 5 or 6 years or something like that. Those videos are just freaking great. And on top of all that stuff, he has, as I already mentioned, the 2 different tutorials about the how to do the stuff. You got the one tutorial that I already told you about, this over 10 minutes, about just high flying moves in general. And the most recent tutorial he did was about how to do the pro wrestling moves on GTA 5, and like he also tells you like where you should want to train and this and that, and what characters that you should use. Tells you why he uses the character that he uses, the one I just showed you, and more detail and all that other stuff, and like how you just gotta practice at it, because all this shit is not gonna happen instantly. And that's why I appreciate the fact that he's able to do it the way he's able to do it, because this shit takes time and practice and stuff like that, especially the Hurricanrana you saw at the end. If he wasn't like knowing how to do this and having been doing this for as long as he had, I don't think he could possibly pull that off, because he probably could pull that off easier now with his experience, versus if he was trying to do that when he first got started. He probably would still been able to pull it off, but like not to the point where you look at clean edge what you just saw with that Hurricanrana. That is like the cleanest looking move ever, and like that was him doing that. I don't care what he said. He probably gonna say like he wasn't planning on trying to do that, but like that was him doing that, because he made her twist in the air like that to perform the Hurricanrana as the punch was getting ready to happen. He made her twist in her hair, and that's how that Hurricanrana was performed. And just the fact that she spikes him into the ground made it even better. So yeah, back to my stuff. So next time you see me on here, we will be doing the PW Division's fist spot chance, whatnot. And yeah, that'll be the next thing that you'll see with me, whatnot. And there's one other thing, but I'll talk about that at a later date. Something else I want to talk about, but I'll talk about that at a later date. So to the next one later, I hope you enjoy. This was me trying to make up for the fact that the ranking match for the double team division wasn't able to be shown. Even though it wasn't that good of a match, it was a one-sided match, but still, I hate when that happens. So I guess I'll do this stuff more often when something like that happens. I'll recap it, and I'll also talk about some other stuff, and I'll probably showcase some other things I've been watching or thinking about I think are cool or that you should probably know about. So until the next one later, hope you enjoy. Peace.